This show is made possible by United Healthcare. Got Medicaid? Got Medicare? Get more.
Hello everybody, my name is Randy Lanham, your host for Project Volunteer, along with my friend
Teresa Rowe.
Teresa. We're in Drakesboro, Kentucky today, Hope to All Community Food Bank, and I'm looking forward to doing some volunteering today. What about you?
I am too, and those people are busy in there. I mean, they're constantly moving, so I can't wait to find out about all the opportunities there is.
And some great testimonies as well. I
Yes.
understand we're going to hear. Are you ready to go do some work?
I'm ready.
All right, thank you all for watching.
Have you ever wondered what nonprofit organizations do or about all their different volunteering opportunities?
Or what about hearing testimonies from the recipients of their care?
Join us on our journey as we walk in the shoes of a volunteer for a day and find out about some amazing organizations that are literally changing the world.
And along the way, meet some true surprising heroes making a difference in the lives of others as we feature another Project Volunteer.
Guys, thank you so much for having us here today. This is a huge operation, so I want to hear all about it. So Brad, let me start with you. Tell me about Hope to All, how that got started, and why you do what you do.
Well, it's a few years ago, back at the end of 2008, I went to a conference in Gatlinburg, and I was sitting there, and there was a minister, and he was sharing his heart, you know. And he said a phrase, he said, if you want to bless some people, he said, just feed some people. And he went on point number 2, 3, and 4, but for me, it was like a silver bullet hit me in the heart. And I began to realize, you know, God's calling us to do something. I need to be more active in it. So when I came home from Gatlinburg, one of our local food banks was about to close the doors because of the founder's health, and it was an operation that was necessary for our society. Our community really needed that food bank. And it hit me, you know, this is my time. This is my time to step in. So we stepped in, and I began to talk to him about what ifs and could we do this. And then I went to the board at Hope to All, and I said, I think I have an idea. And I told them what I wanted to do, and they were like, you know. But Larry said this, he's sitting right beside me, he said, I tell you what, you get it started and we're going to get behind you. And we did. We got started. And in 2009, I learned how to do the inventory and processing and shipping and all that. In 2010, we took over. Well, in 2014, the same thing happened here in Greenville. And this food bank was about to close. And we realized there would be such a vacuum. The food needed to stay in the county, and what are we going to do? So me and Larry came over and talked to some of these great volunteers that's working, Absolutely. Some of them standing right behind us now. And they were so passionate about us just picking up where they left off and or where the food bank was closing. And so we came in and we just started, and one thing led to another, and here we are today with a tremendous amount of volunteers and a great distribution of food and being able to be a great blessing to our community. So we're excited what God's done from early stages on, and we're just looking forward to the future.
And Larry, look at you. You were behind it and you encouraged him and spurred him on. This is a huge operation. So Larry, what do you do as Director of Operations, and tell me why you do what you do?
Well, first of all, why I do what I do is when I was a small child, my mother went and picked up commodities at the food bank. My dad had passed away, and just left my mother and I, and she was disabled. And so we got a food box for just a couple of months until I could get a job at the local IGA. So after that, I retired out of the military and retired out of another job. And so this was just something that God had called me to do. He said, I took care of you when you were young, and now I want you to give back. And I have been blessed beyond measure of giving back. And what you see today in this operation, since 2014, we've given out over 40,000 of the boxes that you see going out today.
So how many volunteers do you have working today?
Approximately 25 today. Now we may have 2 or 3 more that come in, because we don't say that you have to be here at 9 o'clock and you can't leave until 2 o'clock. You know, just come and serve.
Right.
Because,
A lot of freedom.
yeah, a lot of freedom, but you won't see many leave. you
No,
know.
and they're
what's-
hard workers too.
Another thing that's impressive is so many of them are over 80 years old,
I see that.
you know.
Yes.
And that gives me incentive to keep going.
It keeps you young.
It does,
right?
yeah. You wouldn't even expect me to be 40 years old, but you know, that's just
Guys, I want to thank you both for what you do. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you so much.
Deborah, thank you so much for meeting me here today, and thanks for doing this interview.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to do it.
Thank you. So I understand you kind of coordinate some of the volunteers here?
We do. When people come in and want to volunteer, we have applications that they fill out, and they tell who recommended it for them, and we do that, and then we put them in a file, have them sign forms and stuff. So we're always looking for volunteers.
So it's a fairly easy process if somebody wanted to volunteer to come out and fill out some paper, talk to you for a little bit, and you can
Right.
probably hook them right up, right?
About 5 minutes. We had a guy come in this morning, and he
Wow.
filled out his paperwork and looked over it, and he's already working in the back today. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the different volunteer opportunities you all have here?
Well, we have opportunities for anybody that wants to work. We have people that carry out. We have Job Corps students here today. They come 2 times a month.
Yeah.
And when there's no school, we have a lot of students that come in and volunteer. They can do paperwork, they can do filing, they can empty boxes, fill boxes, just different things like that.
I imagine it looks like there's so much going on here. It's like an army of volunteers coming together to get it done. But ain't it a great feeling to know that you're a part of something so special that's helping feed a lot of local people?
It absolutely is. And I always think about when we have a prayer at the beginning, and they always talk about being God's hands and feet. And I always think about that. You know, it says in the Bible to do what you do and to do it best as you're doing it for the Lord. And so
Yes.
that's actually how I started out doing that.
Tell us your story.
Well, I was retiring from the school system. My husband had passed away, and I was retiring after 24 years, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And our pastor was talking and mentioned the food bank. So as I was going out that Sunday morning, I said, I don't know where a food bank is. And he said, well, it's about 4 miles down the road. So he gave me Larry's phone number, and I called him, and he said, well, when you retire, come see us. So I came that Monday,
Yeah.
and it just gave me a purpose. It gave me something to do, and I felt like I didn't have that at the time.
Right. And I understand your mom is also a volunteer. She's volunteering here today. Is
Yeah,
that
she
right?
fills the boxes. And one day they were shorthanded in the back, so I said, well, I'll go back there and work with Mama. And she yelled at me more then than she has in 64 years. She would say, Deborah Lynn, you're getting behind. Put the boxes up. So, yeah, she volunteers here every week. So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, Deborah. I appreciate your testimony, your story, your inspiration. Thanks for coming down here weekly and volunteering your time, serving others, being the hands and feet of Jesus. I appreciate you very much.
Well, thank you so much. I was
Thanks for
glad to
having
do
us.
it. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So Velma, I want to be a volunteer today, so show me ways that I can help.
Okay, what we do, we stock the shelves.
All right?
Okay, like these split peas, we take this box. I'll set it here and then I'll cut it down.
Okay.
And we take and put a box of these over to there. And refill that. And then we keep watching it for them get low. And
All right.
We restock them. Okay, like you macaroni here. We'll take them, we push these up. That's out.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we come down here.
All right, and
get a
restock.
box, and we restock it.
Okay. Whoops, do I need to have them all go the same way? All right. Velma, tell me your story and why you volunteer and do what you do here.
Well, I've been getting the moths down here. And so one day I decided, I just say, and I was opening and closing the door for them because they was bringing the carts out and kind of having no way to get them. So I stood there and started opening and closing the door for people. And then a lady that works here, Sharon Decker, she asked me to come in the back and if I would volunteer and help. I said, yeah, so that's what I've been doing it's starting 4 years now.
Wow. So what do you like most about volunteering?
Well, you meet people, and I enjoy the people that I work here with. It's just a lot of fun.
Am I doing this right?
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
make sure I'm not
Yes,
messing
ma'am.
this
No,
up.
you're right. You're doing
Okay.
right.
And one more up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you always work in this particular area?
Well,
Do you do different jobs?
I do different jobs.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I'm up front here stocking, putting stuff in the boxes. But they had enough of that day, so I'll come back in and do stock.
All right. What about the other volunteers? Do you like working with them as well?
Oh, yes. Yes, they're all, we cut up and go on, it makes the time go quicker. But yeah, I enjoy working with all of them.
Meet a lot of new people probably.
Yes, ma'am.
and good friends. Well, I appreciate what you do, and I guess I better help you get back to work over here, right? So what do we do with this
we
box?
tear these boxes down,
All right.
and then we put them in these container with the box.
Okay.
Okay, we check and see.
So this one's empty right
yeah,
here.
we need another thing of peas, which is over there.
Yeah, we'll get that. Do we break this box
Yes,
down?
ma'am.
All right. So, just like that.
We need to do it from the bottom.
I'm pretty, I do things the hard way. Oh well, here we go. Okay. All right. Well, Thelma, thanks for showing me. I'm going to continue helping you the best that I can. Thanks for doing what you do.
All right, Snell. So you're going to train me to be a volunteer today. What we got going on?
Okay,
You already got started. Man, this gentleman here is on the ball.
You got to get fast to keep up with him.
I ain't going to be able to keep up with you now. All right, what we got?
All
Peanut
right,
butter.
peanut butter, black beans, 2 black beans,
2 black beans.
2 fruit,
2 fruit.
4 chickpeas,
4 chickpeas.
and the cheese and
Cheese over here. Cheese right
there,
here.
and a thing of meat.
And a thing of meat. You got it? Hot dogs. I can't keep up with you all. Y'all are way too fast.
right.
And that's it?
That's
Right?
it. And then they put in more stuff down there.
Look
And
at all of these boxes you have already
Right.
done today.
Right, we feed quite a few people.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Right.
Now, now show me, is this where you're getting your meat over here? Yeah. Wow. You got a bunch in here and in here as well? Right. And the cheese and the milk is right here. Yeah. Wow. I don't know if I can keep up with you all or not. You're pushing it down the line, right?
Right. Okay, now
Also,
Bob.
we're ready for another. Oh,
Right.
See, I can't keep up with him. He's too fast. All right. So,
2 black beans. I
2
already
black
got the other
beans.
end.
Okay.
2 fruit more.
2 fruits.
Black. There you go.
For the
4 of them
beans.
chickpeas. And now get
then
the butter. There you go.
the
cheese and meat.
Cheese, and meat.
Right.
Look, now, I can't keep up with y'all yet, but I think after
You're learning.
some training,
You're
I
learning.
might be able to hang with you all. Now,
Right.
Mel, tell me, why in the world you do what you do? Why is it important to volunteer?
Well, I started out 14 years ago at the food pantry in Greenville. And then it was started by the Presbyterian Church in Greenville in their Sunday school rooms. And they had one room, and then we had a man that donated a room or a building that we could fix the pantry in. So we worked there for how long, Dudley?
Probably 6 or 7 years.
And then
And he passed away and the building was sold, and that was when Hope to All came to the rescue.
All right.
Right. And we've been working with them ever since. And
Is that right?
It's, for me, it's a thrill just to see the people come in and the smiles on their faces.
You know, ain't it a
It is.
blessing to be able
It
to
is.
serve others?
It is. And the Lord has blessed us greatly. I
Yes.
mean, it's just, every time we think we don't have any food, we get more people donate and things. So, and it's everybody. I mean, it's not just one person. It's everybody that's helping.
Community come together and love on each other. Some donate, some volunteer, but we're getting fed a lot of folks, local folks from around here. Is that right?
I didn't realize there was that many people that didn't have food until I started working at the pantry.
Right, and then you start to count your blessings, right?
Exactly.
Count your own blessings and thanking God every day for what we have.
Right.
Why is it important? Somebody out there watching right now, why is it important for them to go out in their community and volunteer? Maybe at a food pantry or wherever that it is. Why is it important to volunteer?
Well, for me, it's just the ideal of helping people, and I think that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to lend a hand to others, so.
We're called to do that, right?
Exactly.
Love each other.
Exactly. And
When
that's
you're
what
an
it's
old
all about.
retired person, you have to find something to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I have to behave because my husband is standing right behind me. So.
Yeah, okay, your husband's back there. Well, thank you for everything that you all do. I appreciate it very much, and thank you for training me, both of you all, and I can't keep up with you, but I'm doing my best. So let's go ahead and do one more box. Y'all ready?
All right, very good.
All right, here we go.
Nope.
Box right
A
here.
big box.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Man, look at you go.
Yes, just a minute.
Slide them.
Slide the boxes. Okay, now you
Okay.
got that. Okay, you got
Yeah.
2 fruit and 4 of them.
All 4. And then we got our cheese and meat. You already beat me to it.
Yeah.
All right.
See, you're slow. You've got to get with it.
I'm gonna be sleeping on the job, ain't I? Thank you all so much for your time, and thanks
Thank you.
for training me and
Thank you.
volunteering today. I appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Tree, so when they come in, they come down in here and they sign in here. So when they sign in, then she pulls the file so we know, and she puts it at the bottom of the stack so we keep them in the order that they came in. Hi, Larry. We're doing a little bit of a segment and they're just videoing this, and I'm training her on how to fill this out, okay?
Yeah, she's just kind of explaining
This is Miss Teresa, and
Hi,
this is Larry.
Nice to meet you.
And so then when they come in, they always show their ID over here, even though we know them. That way, if someone has to sub for me, they're used to that. So they have their ID and they'll show it, and either I will call them or Brother Scott will call them. And we always check it. And then once they do that, then we just fill it out. I'm going to mark on here that he's getting his food today, so they can come once a month. And then I will fill this out and he will sign it. After he signs that, then I'm going to give him a card.
All right.
And if you get a regular box, you have not been here since April. You have not. So you're doing really good, aren't you? Just some tough times right now. That's okay.
Had surgery done on my knee.
Yeah.
It started getting real bad again.
So when he goes, he'll take this over there, so they know this is a regular box. But if it's a senior, they get that, and they also get this. So we're not having to yell over there to the people carrying out, and they go by that. Well, you got to be 60, so you got a while to go yet, Larry. And then they'll just take it over there, and the guys will carry it out for them.
All right.
And then
That
we'll.
little old gal at the restaurant the other day and asked if I got the senior citizen discount, and she was fixing to give it to me.
Oh, me. See, now you shouldn't have asked. Now she's going to think you're older than you are.
So this doesn't take very long. By
This
the
just
time
is
you
really
come up here,
quick.
you just
Right,
check
they
the
just
file.
show it, and he's going to
All
sign
right.
right there, and then I'm going to tell him about the other things that are going on that we have through PACS. And here's for the heating assistance, Larry. And you just go down there and find a P, and then go. You don't have to be in a crisis place right now. They have funding available. You don't need that, okay? Then here's your card. See ya. Hope you feel better. See you next
Nice meeting
month.
you, Larry.
Bye bye. We will. See ya.
So that's easy. So they
That
just
is
come
very
in here,
easy.
sign in,
And when we
start-
mark it on here,
All right.
like on his folder, he's got a T because he just gets a TFAP box. But if he was to get a senior box, that's a commodity. It would say TC,
Okay.
and he would sign 2 forms. He would sign one for that and one for his senior
So
box.
where do they take their card?
He's going to go over here with the guy in the red shirt. And
Yes.
we have Job Corps students that are actually volunteering today that are carrying out also. And he'll
Right.
give that card to them, and by that they know which box that he gets, and then they just take it right out for him.
This
See?
is a busy,
See, the
busy
guy
place.
took it.
I
It is a
do.
busy place.
I mean, so how many hours are you up here?
We're here from 9 until 2. I got here this morning about 7:45, and they were already lined up around the
that.
building.
And how
Uh-huh.
often do you volunteer here?
Every Monday, and then a lot of times on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It just depends. Now the guy in the red shirt over there and another guy in a black shirt, they're here every day doing something. Stocking, cleaning, picking up stuff. I just come in if checks need to be wrote or if I need to make a deposit and things like that.
And they see your friendly face?
Well, I guess. I try to be a...
You're very encouraging.
Well, like
and
I said a while
welcoming.
ago, he said, "You've been sick, haven't you?" And I said, "Well, I learned when I was teaching school, doesn't matter how I feel, the kids."
That's right.
So I just
think of others.
put it on and go with it.
I
So
can
there you
tell.
go.
Well, thank you for doing what you do.
You're very welcome. I enjoy it very much. This is a husband and wife team behind us.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
they're constantly
this
busy,
is,
yes.
he used to be my pastor. He's the one who first told me about it. And Miss Sandra used to teach Brother Scott in school. Isn't that hilarious?
It
It's just a
is.
fun place.
We have 3 cookies.
How many? 3. I bet you can.
Some cookies.
1, 2. Let's see if we can find another. I see Oreo right there. No, I think they ate them. Little residue. There you go.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You're very welcome. We try to always have snacks for the kids, so. there you
That's
go.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
You're very welcome. You want to take over?
I think I'll just watch you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are
Yeah.
you?
Good.
Good. So you gonna train us as far as like loading up some of these carts and
I
taking
can.
it out to the
I
car?
can, yeah.
All right. What we need to do to get started?
All right, let's see what this fella's got here. Okay, now if you're 60 years or older, you get what they call a senior box, which
Okay.
is that over there.
So we have Mr. Daniel here helping us out. So
Yep.
Daniel's gonna grab a box.
Okay.
Okay, just one?
You need 2.
Two.
Need
Okay.
2 of them.
Okay. All right.
Those 2 yellow cards. You get one for each yellow card
Gotcha.
All right.
Stop on top or in front?
in the front.
In the front. Okay. Thank you, buddy.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Then
what
we
got
need
next?
one regular box. See, that's an R. That's a regular.
Okay, so one of these going in.
Uh-huh.
Man, these are heavy boxes, ain't they? Mm-hmm. I should let the big boy Daniel over here take care of this.
You look like you're doing fine, Randy.
There you go.
So is this what we have?
That's what we have, and we'll
So-
get him one biscuit. You get a biscuit with each one of these boxes.
Okay, so we're gonna flip this around here,
Uh-huh.
and as we take it out, Mr. Daniel will grab a biscuit, put it on top.
Right.
Are we ready to roll out to the vehicle?
We're ready to roll out. We got to stop and get some oranges and some potatoes outside the door.
Okay, we'll do that. All right, I'll push her out. Come with me, man. Here we go, rock and roll. Second. All right, so what we got now? You mentioned something about potatoes and oranges.
They get one bag of potatoes and one bag of oranges.
Look at these
Each
young fellas
customer.
over here
Yeah.
volunteering. Guys, thank you so much for your volunteering, for your service. Thank you. All right, so we're just gonna put these anywhere we
You
can
can
on
just
here?
put them underneath there.
Underneath? Mm-hmm. All right, Daniel, thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, I'll tell you what. Daniel, buddy, how about you push the cart?
Yes, sir.
Good,
I
strong
I
man,
can
all
do
right?
that.
And me and Johnny, I tell you what, Johnny and I are going to talk a little bit while we do this, okay? So Johnny, why in the world is it that you are a volunteer? Why do you think it's important to come down here and volunteer?
I just enjoy helping people. I enjoy helping people that's less fortunate than I am. And I just think it's a good thing.
Why do you think other people should go out and volunteer in their community?
I think they should go out to help people less fortunate than them. I mean, I think that's a good thing to do.
Absolutely. And Daniel, you are a big supporter of volunteering. you all work a lot with these nonprofit organizations. Why is it important for people to volunteer in their community?
Absolutely. There's community-based organizations all across the state. They can't accomplish their mission without volunteers. So volunteering is very important to meet needs of the residents of Kentucky, and so we're thankful for all these organizations that utilize volunteers to accomplish missions and meet needs.
And especially for guys like you, Johnny, that are out here on the front lines, man, doing the work. So I appreciate you very much. So we're going to load up a little bit in the truck here. So Johnny, you lead the way. What are we going to do?
Okay.
How you doing, sir?
Take this fella's biscuits off where we won't
All right.
mess his biscuits up. Then we go in with this.
You also get some good exercise doing this too, right?
You do. You do.
Do we help?
Yeah. Then we had these going separate because they're two different individuals'
Oh, I got
stuff.
you,
See,
I
this
got
is his and
Yes.
this one's his.
Okay, so we're going to keep them separated.
Right, exactly.
We got our potatoes and our oranges here on the bottom. We don't
Okay,
want to
then
forget those.
let's put those in there.
Where do we do this?
I just put them in
Try to
there
separate them there.
where they won't blow out.
All right, so I'll tell you what, again, what a great service you are doing. I really appreciate it, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for teaching me what you all do, loading up the boxes. Daniel, thanks for your help, good sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks
Wish
for
you-
having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
The next time you bring that guitar, we'll do a little picking while we're
Let's
here.
do it.
Sound
Sounds
good?
like a plan.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Teresa, didn't we have a great time
It's
today?
been a great time. We've met so many amazing people helping other people.
Man, and some great testimonies. How about we get out of here by loading up our last crate and taking it out, okay? Let's get
All right,
busy,
let's do
guys.
it.
Thank you all for watching Project Volunteer. Get out and volunteer in your community today.
This show is made possible by United Healthcare. Got Medicaid? Got Medicare? Get more.